Kazakhstan and China are deepening ties. Much attention is devoted to growing the exports and imports and setting up joint business. This year, Kazakhstan will take part in China International Import Expo that will be held in November in Shanghai. More than 130 countries and transnational companies will take part in the international event. Kazakhstan took part in this fair last year. China's President Xi Jinping attended the event. 35 Kazakh producers took part in the fair and made export agreements worth $110 million. This year, 140,000 enterprises will take part in the fair, representing almost the entire world. Kazakhstan and China continue developing the tourist potential of Khorgos. Nowadays, Khorgos is a city with great investment appeal, which has the chances to drive tourist inflows. Citizens of China, Kazakhstan and third countries can visit the cross-border center without entry visas. We always adhere to the principle of joint discussion, joint construction, and joint usage, and we created grand-scale projects that are ultimately beneficial for us and for Kazakhstan. After all, people of both countries will benefit from this project. There are many flights between the cities of China and Kazakhstan, and also there are railway connections between our countries through the Alashanku and Khorgos stations. Khorgos is a very important city located at the border between the two countries. I'm sure this cross-border center will support the development of free market and strengthen our friendship from generation to generation. 8,300,000 people visited Khorgos in 2018. 2.5 million people visited Khorgos in the first 5 months of 2019. This is 78% more than last year. High-quality building materials will be produced in Aktobe. Construction of the factory for production of porcelain, stoneware and ceramic tiles is about to complete. This will be the first company producing polished and glazed products in Central Asia. Its launch is scheduled for the end of this year. Currently, the builders are testing the equipment and laying the engineering communications. Over 9 billion tenge has been invested in the project. The factory will use local raw materials. The manufactured products will be supplied to the domestic and foreign markets. The exports will be made possible by the International Transport Corridor, Western Europe, Western China.
Жобаның маңыздылығы бұл Батыс Қазақстанда теңдесі жоқ.
This is one-of-a-kind factory not only in Western Kazakhstan but throughout Central Asia. We're planning to export most of the products to Russia and neighboring countries. Therefore, this means increased tax revenues to the budget.
Төленуі, жаңа жұмыс орындарын ашуы на себеп болады.
Конкурентоспособность у этой плитки очень высокая. То, что это элитная плитка, премиум элитного класса.
We will make tiles of different sizes. Porcelain tiles with the size of 30 to 30 centimeters. The largest tiles will be 120 to 90 centimeters. The capacity of the enterprise will be about 5 million square meters of tiles per year. Green Bridge Partnership Program is a unique international initiative of Kazakhstan that unites 16 countries, including the states of Central Asia. The initiative aims to ensure entire industries transition to using green energy and increasing share of green economy by engaging the officials of the member countries, businesses and societies. The project allows its members to share best practices in the use of green technologies.
In
the past 4 years, we had several delegations consisting of 10 to 20 people from Tajikistan, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. Kazakhstan has its own concept of transitioning to the green economy, different from the other countries of Central Asia, and this is interesting for our neighboring countries. Kazakhstan held Expo focusing on understanding what the future of energy will be, so it created a momentum to promote sustainable energy. We presented our Scientific Production Association to the other countries of Central Asia.
Центральной Азии зеленых НПО.
The Green Bridge program is helping to find innovative ways to doing business and promoting sustainable development. Kazakh experts are sharing their experiences and knowledge in the sphere with their counterparts from the neighboring countries. Uzbek officials are currently considering a project supporting women in rural areas by setting up businesses using green technologies.
Взаимодействуем сегодня с НПО Узбекистана. Вот буквально недавно, вот в апреле месяце, я заключила меморандум.
We cooperate with Uzbekistan. In April, as a head of the coalition, I concluded a memorandum with Business Women's Association of Uzbekistan, which provides training to support women entrepreneurs in rural areas. We suggested them to develop a project together. We will teach the rural women, invite them to take part in the competition where they can win $4,000 to develop their business.
Приглашаем их участвовать в конкурсе. Победителям вручаем по $4000 на создание сельского бизнеса.
Experts say that Green Bridge Partnership Program is an effective platform where the like-minded people find the ways of making the economy green. Kazakhstan's initiative creates an opportunity to strengthen interstate cooperation in sustainable development. Tashkent audience will remember the tour of Astana Opera for a long time. After the phenomenal success of the opera Abay in Alisher Navoi Theatre, famous opera Madama Butterfly was yet another triumph. Madama Butterfly is a lyrical, dramatic, and technically complicated opera. It is a story of love, hypocrisy, loyalty, unfaithfulness, sincerity, and deceit. The story of a young geisha who is in love with a light-minded lieutenant of the American fleet is a captivating one for the spectators. Talented opera singer and honored artist of Kazakhstan, Janat Bakhtai, played the emotional and vocally complex part of Madame Butterfly. She confessed that it was not easy conveying the depth of the dramatic character to the spectators, but she did it with such brilliance that the 2.5 hours of the performance felt like an instant moment many spectators shared.
Я очень тронута горячим приемом, жарким. Публика просто трогательна.
I'm very touched by the warm welcome. The audience is so touching. After each aria, I saw so much interaction, so much involvement, and so much warm support from the public. Today I'm very pleased. It was touching, I was anxious, but it was a good evening.
Вот, мне было сегодня очень приятно, трогательно, трепетно, жарко. Я старалась, конечно, от души.
One of the main peculiarities was the total immersion in the Japanese culture. From the first minutes, the audience found themselves in Nagasaki of the 1940s. A traditional bamboo house, sakura branches, 18-meter pool used as a pond, colorful kimonos made of natural silk were the brilliant works of set designer Ezio Frigerio and costume designer Oscar-winning Franca Squarciapino. The story of Chiyo-Chiyo-san touched the Uzbek audiences to the depths of their souls. The audience enthusiastically welcomed the production with long and standing ovations.
Исполнители главных ролей просто показывают невероятное мастерство вокальное. Тембры, сами голоса.
The leading actors simply showed an incredible vocal mastery. Their voices were really fascinating. As one classic said, art is when you believe it. Today, sitting in the audience, I believed every moment of the performance.
И слушая партии ведущих героев, просто веришь и переживаешь, сопереживаешь то, что происходит на сцене.
According to Giuseppe Acquaviva, Italian maestro, the band master of opera Madama Butterfly had a great success in Uzbekistan. He also highly appreciated the work of the entire theater team in the opera production.
Una bellissima serata di musica.
It was an amazing music evening, full of drama, great music of Puccini, which was performed by the great musicians of the Astana Opera.
Tashkent con le masse artistiche di Astana Opera.
Consistent and comprehensive work on introducing the Latin alphabet in the Kazakh language is well underway in Kazakhstan. There's an action plan till 2025. The new alphabet has been approved. Working groups are implementing the action plan, and language training courses have been opened across the country. Linguists and scientists are engaged in compiling new dictionaries and manuals. In 6 years, the Latin script will be introduced in kindergartens and schools.
В 21-22 годы начнется переход начальных классов, естественно.
The transition in primary classes and the kindergartens will begin in 2021 and 2022. According to the schedule, the full transition will be finished by 2025. In 2025, the country will have fully adopted the Latin script.
Документация, вот эти фирменные бланки для письма, фирменные бланки вот это приказа.
Documents, papers, letters, stamps, seals, nameplates of offices and institutions are gradually being changed to the Latin script.
Полностью вот уже потихоньку переходит на латиницу.
Similar work is underway in the country's regions. Spelling rules program is being developed in the Kozlodar region. Spelling exercises are held for the general public. 12,000 residents of the Aral Sea region already took part in the spelling exercises.
Ендігі мақсат қазақ тіліне негізделген латын графикасын үйрету, өрлеу оқу-әдістемелік орталық.
The main goal is to teach the Latin alphabet, which will be used in the Kazakh language. Jointly with Worleo Academic Methodological Center, we organized 60-hour-long courses for 30 teachers. We developed 40-hour-long programs for learning the Latin alphabet and training reading and writing skills.
Латын қарпін үйрету. Латын қарпіне дағды қалыптастыру, яғни оқу дағдысын, жазу дағдысын қалыптастыратын бағдарлама жасап жатыр қазір.
Learning the Latin alphabet for reading and writing in Kazakh will begin this autumn in Aktobe. 500 people will be involved in training and promoting the knowledge of the new script. They will spread information about the need for transition and the peculiarities of new writing.
Курс барысында тыңдаушылар жазылым, оқылым.
Students will learn writing and reading during the courses. Moreover, we will offer courses on speed reading. The attendees will be able to take exams and test their knowledge. Special certificates will be given to those students who successfully pass the training. We are also publishing tests and exercises in the local magazines.
Курс соңында тыңдаушыларға сертификаттар табысталады.
According to the experts, transitioning to the Latin alphabet has many advantages. For example, the new script will not only bring together the Turkic nations, but also help Kazakhstan integrate with the world community better. A Kazakh association has been set up in Luxembourg. With the help and support of the Honorary Consulate of Kazakhstan in the Grand Duchy, the members of this association will hold various cultural events promoting Kazakh culture, history and traditions among the people of Luxembourg. The nearest plans of the association include celebrating traditional Kazakh holidays and organizing fashion shows by Kazakh designers.
Смысл сотрудничества нашего и смысл всех наших культурных акций.
The purpose of our cooperation on all of our cultural events that we're planning to hold in Luxembourg is to bring our people, our diaspora, together. We will implement our projects together and thus will only bring Luxembourg and Kazakhstan closer.
И это будет только сближать Люксембург и Казахстан.
Мы каждый являемся представителями своей страны.
Each of us is a representative of our country, an ambassador of our culture. Therefore, we need to stay together, united. We can achieve more and do better. We can showcase the tourism opportunities that Kazakhstan can offer. We can contribute to the development of the relations between our countries. In other words, we can be the bridge between our countries.
Нашими странами.
One of the world's oldest ethnocultural festivals, Faces of Tradition, was held in the Polish city of Zielona Gora. This year, artists from Kazakhstan participated for the first time in the 50-year-old event. Ethnic performance group Sarbaz Ruhi introduced the audience to the culture of the Great Steppe.
Zespół z Kazachstanu cieszył się bardzo dobrą publiką.
The public really liked the team from Kazakhstan. The audience was very pleased. The jury was greatly impressed. Your traditions, the arts have been preserved till today. We're very pleased that artists from Kazakhstan participated in our festival.
Dziękować panu ambasadorowi Republiki.
Chyba nie miałam do tej pory okazji.
I like the music of the band from Kazakhstan. I had not seen or heard anything like that before. I like the costumes and the dances. They're very different from the European ones. We felt the energy of the artists even from the audience. I am very impressed.
Ta ogromna energia.
The Kazakh ensemble began their show with a theatrical performance. Artists demonstrated the famous dance Karajorga. Dombra player Yerasil Adalbekov received a storm of applause after performing the cues of the great Kazakh composers. The competition jury appreciated the professionalism of the artistic team from Kazakhstan and presented a special festival prize to them. For us, this award means a lot. We had prepared well to the festival. We really wanted to showcase our traditions to the European audience. Our performances included folk songs, folk music, theater art, and elements of the traditional games. We wanted the audience to learn a bit about our nomadic civilization. It was very important for us. I think that for many of today's spectators who came from this region and nearby countries, the performances by our folk ensemble Sarbaz Rukhi was a highlight. They have demonstrated a completely new face and new angles of Asia and Eurasia. Receiving this special award was well deserved. Sarbaz Rukhi is quite a young team. It was established 2 years ago. The group passed a hard selection process to be able to enter the competition of the festival. Out of 75 applications, the organizers selected only 6. Besides Kazakhstan, artists from Lithuania, Slovakia, Ukraine, Poland, and Romania took part in the competition. Famous Kazakh artist Majid Baytsenev has opened a solo art exhibition titled Secrets of the Great Steppe in Nur-Sultan. The exhibition features the collection of pieces reflecting the artist's experiments with color. According to art historians, the artist's work is a reflection of all of Kazakhstan's art. It demonstrates the national mentality. The works describe the past and present of the Turkic world. One of the main features of Baytsenev's paintings is his avant-garde and abstract style. The artist is always in search of inspiration, Baytsenev confesses. This is my path. I chose it a long time ago. My inspiration comes from the Kazakh patchwork. I used to watch how it was made since I was a kid. I try to use the traditional colors that can be found in our nature in the steppe. I'm always looking for ways to stay creative. Sometimes the work of other artists inspire me.
Majid Baytsenev, он уникальный художник, его картины.
Majid Baytsenev is a unique artist. His paintings, his style are distinct. He has a peculiar vision. It is unique, completely different from others. It takes time to comprehend his paintings. You may spend at least 10 minutes looking at each of his art pieces.
Вдохнуть, так скажем, тот сюжет.
Artist Majid Baytsenev will open another exhibition of his works in Cyprus next month. Then, 1 month later, his exhibition will open in the Azerkhan Kasteyev Museum in Almaty. Baytsenev will showcase nearly 100 unique works of art. Making dolls is an ancient art that goes centuries back in Uzbekistan. Since the ancient times, theatrical performances of wandering puppeteers, Maskara Boz, were one of the brightest and favorite entertainments of the Uzbek people. Dolls were made of wood, ceramics, straw, and reeds. The technique of creating dolls was almost entirely lost, but in the last 20 years, the ancient craft has been revived by the local artisans. Uzbek craftspeople have their own traditional technology of working with fabrics and making embroidery. Each doll is a unique piece of art. Today, masters try to use the most diverse range of materials. The local handicrafts say that Uzbek dolls are more than just a toy. They are an element of national culture.
Она была изготовлена из ваты, ткани. Для изготовления такой куклы использовать можно...
This doll was made of cotton, wool, and cloth. To make such dolls, you can use brocade, satin, even karakol was used in the past centuries. As you can see, their faces are hand-painted. Everything is done and sewn by hand. Dolls express the beauty of the Uzbek attire because we try to make them in accordance with the national traditions.
Потому что мы стараемся шить это в соответствии с национальными традициями.
Today, the Uzbek Ethnocultural Center in Nur-Sultan is reviving the ancient art of creating national dolls. They honor the traditions and try to pass them down to the next generations here. Meanwhile, the Uzbek Ethno-Linguistic School ZIO will soon open a puppet theater to instill love for traditional art among children.